See, everywhere I go, you know I rep that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. See, everywhere I go, you know I rep that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. When you talk about the best, better say the Hurricane 9. Talking Ray Lewis hits, back in the Harbo days. Took a stand to the boss, going deep for the touchdown six. Took an air read all in the backfield, safety blitz. Yeah, all of my soldiers, they ride, ripping at you. Hope we be running to you. Irvin catching the boss, Philip get sacks. I had your hitting the fools like TJ Porter, Sap, but legend forever. RJ Johnson, Court, Gino Toretta, Brandon Harris, getting the Dorsey, Willis McGahee, Matthew Bay, Travis Benjamin, how can you play? Talking 83, 87, 89, 9101, that right, got fire is get right. We live, we big, had to stay locked, no lie, no lie. See, everywhere I go, you know I rip that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. See, everywhere I go, you know I rep that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Year of the 8-ball. 8 one time for my dogs, you got it. Number one for the crib, on the side, and it ain't no top. Ain't no topping. Stiff fall to the left, stiff fall to the left, stiff fall to the right, stiff fall to the right. Have it pose up, have it pose up. Brian McKinney, Devin Hester, Kevin Winslow, Jimmy Graham, Michael Barrow, Vince Wilfork, Jim, Brian Patter, Dan Morgan, shut down the line. Sam Shields, Sean Spence, taking shots, shout out to my homies. Roscoe Paris, DJ Williams, Philip Buchanan, Landon Hank, John Beeson. One time for the rock, one time for Jim Kelly, and all of you players. A special salute for the truth, Sean Taylor. See, everywhere I go, you know I rep that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. See, everywhere I go, you know I rep that you. Orange and green from head to toe, that's you. Back in the 80s, dressed in fatigue, that's you. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. It's a shame, You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to NDTV Canes all day. If you rocking with the youth, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on the video. And listen, guys, we rocking with the live streams this year. I want to be, if you are OG of the channel, do y'all know how the old call-in shows used to be? And I want to get into that. I want to get back into the live stream real quick. I want to give a shout out to Protege 19 and Sean for becoming members of the channel. Shout out to everybody who is becoming a member of the channel. With that, you'll get shout outs. You will get member only posts, sometime member only videos, things like that, man. And most importantly, look, I just appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I do appreciate it, man. And it's just dope to be able to to start hearing different things and being able to come over here and talk to y'all about it. That's just the bottom line. I'm not an insider. I'm not I'm not Adam Scheffner of Miami Hurricane football. All I am is a content creator who loves to talk about Miami Hurricane football, who can literally talk to y'all about Miami Hurricane football day and night, left and right, up and down. You know how I do it. So we got a couple things to talk about, man. And this is how I'm just going to be doing these things. I'm not going to be, it's literally going to be just live streams here and there when things are coming out and when news is coming out fast. So definitely shout out to everybody who's a member and shout out to everybody who's watching. Let's talk about Daryl Jackson. Daryl Jackson. Now, that's something that I did not see coming. That was something that was not slated. Is Daryl Jackson possibly coming back to Miami? Now, I always have to say this because some people don't listen, but these are just rumors. These are just rumors. The rumor is that Daryl Jackson, the guy, the defensive lineman, the interior defensive lineman who played for us last year, transferred from Maryland here, then decided to transfer to Florida State, already put out his graphic, already at student orientation, is having second thoughts and thinking about becoming a Miami Hurricane. College football, to me, it used to be about if you rocking with the U, let's ride. But if you not rocking with the U, then stay over there. But college football is changing. College football has changed. Shout out to my boy Dorian in the chat. Shout out to my boy Dorian in the chat. I was talking to him earlier and I said, listen, we don't know who the ops is. It used to be Ed Reed was going to be here for 3-4 years, and then he's going to be gone. He's going to be forever a Miami Hurricane. We got a situation now where it could possibly be Daryl Jackson is here. Then he's at a rival Florida State. Then he's back with the U. And I've had a couple people say, Grant, I know how you rock with the U. I know how you're all about loyalty. Do you think we should take them back? I said, hell yeah, we should take them back. Hell yes. Yes. If you would have asked me 2-3 years ago, maybe, I would have said, listen, man, he wanted to go to Florida State. Let him go to Florida State and let us rock with the guys we got. Now it's about the game is changing and you got to change with it. So you got to understand if a player says, I want to go here, then now I want to come back, especially a player who can help you win. If you can't help us win, then you got to stay over there. But if we think it's a position of need, Daryl Jackson is definitely a position of need. We did get Thomas Gore, an interior defensive lineman from Georgia State. He's coming to Miami. We all know we got Big LT, but you're not winning big games. You're not winning consistently if you don't get top-tier offensive and defensive linemen. And Daryl Jackson, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's the next coming of Warren Sapp, but he's a guy who played well last year. He's a guy who can come in and help us right away. Hell, he already know the system. He ain't forgot the system. He ain't forgot the system. So he comes in right away, already knowing the system. He could come in and play right away. So should Miami be entertaining Daryl Jackson? Yes. Would we welcome him back with open arms? Shit, I would. And it kind of shows you that Mario is adjusting with this landscape of college football. Mario's not stuck in the times like some people. Dabo Swinney. Mario never. Now the original report came from a Florida State guy, a Florida State beat writer, and he said that Miami is steady pushing, which tell me Mario never gave up. And when Mario recruited Daryl Jackson and looked him in the eye and talks about, we don't only care about you as a football player, but as a person and stuff like that, it shows you that he's not giving up and he means it. So, Daryl Jackson to the U, I would love it. Let's see what some people have to say about that. My boy Darrell said, I love your content. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, we're going to keep grinding, man. I appreciate you. No, he's got to have the U in his heart. Going to FSU says a lot. Rob, I used to agree with you, but now that's just the way it is. That's that way of thinking, and I'm not saying that you're wrong in that way of thinking, but that way of thinking, it's the old way of thinking now in college football because your favorite player, pick out your favorite player on your team this upcoming year. Next year, he could be wearing an Alabama jersey. Next year, he could be wearing a TCU jersey, a Michigan jersey. You don't know. The way that this stuff is flowing, the way that players are going left and right, that's the way it is. And you can either be stubborn or you can adjust with the time. Where did that rumor come from? The rumor came from 247 Sports. Daryl Jackson is a Florida State Seminole as of right now, but Miami is making a strong push. That is the rumor. Got to remember, Jackson left due to his mother's health. He is from right outside Tallahassee. He did leave because of his mother's health. Maybe he really didn't want to leave, but he thought he should have left. And he want to come back to the U. Larry says he's a beast. We need him. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and act like Daryl Jackson is the next Warren Sapp. He's definitely a guy who can come in. He's definitely a guy who can help us. Let me see if we can get some people on the show. I did want to test this out because I want to. Mr. HD says she's made a recovery. She's feeling better. DJ says y'all can have his ass back. This ain't how the real world work. Like Dion said, you're out. Was you saying that when he left to go to Florida State? That's the question. Did you have that train of thought? That's what I would ask you. That's what I would ask you. A couple things, and then I want to see if I can have some people on here because, as I said, this StreamYard stuff, I'm just getting used to it. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is UFC center Matthew Lee. See if I can pull up this share screen. Matthew Lee, he is in Miami right now. He is at Miami right now. 6'4", 295 pound, red shirt junior. He's in Miami right now visiting. Now, there's a lot of people who want to get this guy. There's a lot of people after him. So just because he visit does not mean he's coming to Miami. But I will say this. Him visiting, we got to close the deal. We got to close the deal. See if I can see his they don't have a bio of him. They don't have a bio of him. Let's see what Matthew Lee. Let's see what Twitter says. See if we can find some. See if we can find some videos of Matthew Lee, a guy who I would love to add to the squad. Multi-season all-conference performer at center, entered the transfer portal as a grad transfer, which tells you he'll be able to play right away. Allowed 0 sacks, 0 quarterbacks hits in 2002. He's at Miami right now. He's on campus right now. He's on campus right now. So this would be a huge get if we could get him. If we could get him to Miami, it would be an addition to this offensive line. Now, you look at the guys we've already added, a Javion Cohen, Samson Okunlola. We're starting to really build this offensive line. And then you add, if you could add a Matthew Lee, this is something that I talked to my guy J.E. Love about. I talked to J.E. Love about it. What's up, Johnny? And he was telling me, if we can get these offensive line and defensive line right, if we can get it right, then we can then the sky's the limit. But we saw last year. We saw what having a poorish offensive line will do to your offense. There's that. Did you hear any wide receiver rumors? The wide receiver out of Michigan. What is the wide receiver out of Michigan's name? What's the wide receiver out of Michigan? What's his name? I tweeted the video of him. Here he is right here. Darrell Anthony Jr., you know? That's really the only play that I really could find on him right there. You know, taking the ball to the house. We need that. Was there with Gaddis. Was at Michigan with Gaddis. But you look at his profile. Every time I look up, this kid's being offered by somebody. Every time I look up, Michigan State, Arizona, Auburn, UCLA, Notre Dame, Purdue, West Virginia, Texas A&M, Penn State, California, South Carolina, Pittsburgh, and the U has all offered them. So just because a kid has a connection to the coaching staff, or just because a kid, we like the kid, just because we need wide receivers, we got to realize there's a lot of schools that wants to get these transfer portal players. And it's the same thing I'm saying with Matt Lee. Matt Lee could come in, I'm assuming, long as he don't flop, he could be a day one starter, or at least compete for a starter. Listen, our O-line was trash last year. He probably would be a starter. But we've got to lock him up. But there's a lot of schools looking at him too. Let's see. And this happened right before we jumped on right before I jumped on live. I saw this happened. Where is? See if I can find his video. I want to show my boy some love, man. I want to show my boy some love, man. See, we got his video. We got his video, man. GB3 will be going to Louisville. GB3 will be going to Louisville. That's where he committed to. So he's going to Louisville. D. Wiggins now plays for Louisville. Remember, former wide receiver, former Miami Hurricane wide receiver D. Wiggins plays for Louisville. Louisville just got former five-star wide receiver Kevin Coleman. So they're getting active. These boys getting active in a portal. So when you think about the transfer portal so far this year, a lot of people bring up Florida State. Louisville getting real active in there. We'll see what they do. They just got a new coach and everything. And one of his first, I think this is his second signee since he got hired, is our boy GB3. We wish him the best. Unless he plays us. But that's definitely a guy that I'm glad he stayed in D1, and I'm glad he's going to get to play. I wonder how Louisville will use him. Will they play him at corner? Will they play him at safety? You know, I don't know what defense they run or anything like that. But I did want to bring that up. GB3. All right, now let's see if we can get some people on here. And hey, God bless my man. God bless my man. Don't know if it's going to work, but click that link. We can get you in the studio and we can try to get you on live so I can know what you think either about Daryl Jackson, either about Matt Lee. What about GB3 going to Louisville? You know, it's the transfer portal is something that's going to keep college football. There are negatives to the transfer portal. I'm not even going to sit here in front. There are some negatives, but if you love college football and you love it to whereas there's a lot of different transactions, there's people going left, there's people going right, then you're always going to be there's always going to be something to talk about now that we got the transfer portal. Now I see my guy DJ Ferg. I'm guessing he is a Florida State fan, and he's talking about, and I touched base on this. I talked about this. Games are won on the field, not on paper. And I would be saying the same thing if we had the number 1 or the number 2 transfer portal class. All that stuff looks great. It does. You guys won 10 games. Kudos. You guys won a bowl game. Kudos. Florida State has a good recruiting, but you still got to do it on the field. Got to do it on the field. My boy J Love in the house. How we living? How we feeling? Posting the StreamYard link into the chat. If anybody wants to come on, I want to see if you can get it. Matt Lee's on campus. Hey, J.E., I was just talking about you, big dog. I was just talking about you about how Matt Lee, we got to lock him in. We got to lock the door. We got to bring him in. I need my boy Cristobal. We need Maribal. We need to lock him in and get him on this offensive line because transfer portal players, they're going quickly. Transfer portal players are going quickly. I want to look up the transfer portal players. I want to look up and see who's all left because these players, they're going left and right. (2023) Let's look at some of the guys that's left. All right, we got my boy J Love.
What up, NMD, man? Good evening, brother. And happy Canes Day, family.
Let me say that one more time. I'm trying to do a mic check.
What's up, bro?
All right,
mic check.
Good deal. Let me see if you can. Will you turn your mic down just a little bit? Or maybe I could do that. Oh, I think I could do that. I think maybe I could do that.
Am I good?
Chat, do we have an echo? Chat, do we have an echo?
Nah, you're good on my end.
Make sure we don't got an echo coming through here. I sound good over there? Let me know.
Yeah, you perfect.
Okay. How you living? How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Listen, this news here, man, this is huge, bro. This is huge, man. Because, man, listen, I don't care about the skill positions, man. If we can get more bodies on the offensive line, we could really, really, really make a difference, bro. Really. Not only with Matt Lee, but also on the defensive line as well. Those are the two main ingredients that we need, man. The last time we had a legit scary offensive line, I think I told you earlier, was 2013. And people will be surprised. We had 5 NFL linemen that contributed to 33 points a game, man.
Now, you think if we get the O-line straight, so if we get the O-line straight, is that going to fix our offensive problem? Some people feel like Gaddis is the problem no matter who we get on the offensive line. Your thoughts on that?
No, I think that if you upgrade it, everything gets better all around. You feel me? So remember, it's not like there's no recipe or he doesn't have a recipe of success. Look what he did at Michigan, and look what Michigan is now. Why do you think that they own the rivalry over Ohio State? It's because of the trenches. I mean, a better offensive line helps everybody. Like if you remember, Enos was basically one of the worst OCs in America, and then he left with a better couture. And look at him now. I mean, the offensive line makes everything better, especially how depleted our line was last year. I mean, it was depleted, man, extremely depleted.
Yeah, man. I know when you sent me those topics, I was kind of hoping it was some things that I disagree with just so I can have more to say. But when you say that we need Matt Lee, you're preaching to the choir. When you say we need to rebuild this offensive line, you're preaching to the choir. When you say this team can look a lot different with a better offensive line, you're preaching to the choir, because I was saying this the other day. I don't think our wide receivers are that good. I think we got Kobe Young, but in fairness to them, it's tough to be a wide receiver and truly show what you can do, truly show if you can be a true deep threat. If the offensive line can't hold up, if you have to just run 2 or 3 routes, because if we do a 5-step drop, it's a sack.
Yeah,
you got to do quick game. It's really hard to show your versatility as a wide receiver if the offensive line isn't clicking. I'm with you. I used to be all about the wide receivers and running backs until I really started to study the game and realized without the big boys up front, we ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, you're a glorified 7v7 team. I was one of those guys in the past 20 years as well. We was always in the top 15 at getting the skill position guys, but we flopped that offensive line. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And I think that even now, if you look what Mario's doing in the recruiting, he's going heavy in the trenches in the 2024. You're not hearing anything like that in the skill position at all. And another thing also, even the defensive line. You upgrade that makes our linebackers better. You upgrade the front four, that makes our secondary even better. Well, we don't have to make them a shutdown corner. Just do your job for 2.5, 3 seconds, and you good. I mean, I have the names. I have the names here before we go to D-line. Not only Matt Lee, Ethan White. Go all in on Ethan White. Keonta Goodwin from Kentucky. Go all in. No disrespect to Jakari Clark. No disrespect to Zion Nelson. No disrespect to Jalen Rivers. But if you add more bodies, it's a win. It's a win. It's a win. Like, I'm sorry. Matt Lee is a huge upgrade. The last time we had a body like Matt Lee was Brandon Linder. And look where he's at. I think recently, he was the highest paid center once upon a time in the NFL, richest contract ever. Come on, man. We gotta take advantage of that.
Big boy.
Our tackles were barely like that. I think he was bigger than Scaife. Am I mistaken, or Scaife was like 6'2"?
Well, you look at the first thing Mario did as soon as he got here. He went to go get the D-line getting right. Because I mean, Mario knows that it takes. We got to get right up front. We got to get right up front. You can see just by what he's doing right now. You know, we added Javion Cohen. You see the 2 freshman offensive tackles that we're bringing in, and then Matt Lee is on campus. Will we lock him in? I don't know. Mario. This is why we got you here, big dog.
Big boy.
And then as I was saying last year, we went out, got Moultrie, got the Lichtenstein, Daryl Jackson. That was his first priority, was to get D lineman. Now he came in later, and we may have not, we didn't get the production like we thought we would have, but we did end up getting old boy from West Virginia. He's a Messidor.
Yeah.
So we did good. We hit on that. What do you think about Daryl Jackson coming back? Are you for if he comes back? If he comes back, are you for it or are you against it? What do you think?
I'm with it 100% because it hurts. I don't know NMD because I know other people might feel otherwise. When you take a bet on someone like that, you cash in. You take the time, you develop, you evaluate them, you bring them in, you hold your part because Salaveo held his part. The best players play. You come do what you got to do. You get on the field. You're going to get your snaps. And for him to leave like that to your rival, that's a huge loss. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care if we lose Knighton. I don't care if we lost Keyshawn Smith. I don't care about none of that. I care about the trenches. And to lose someone like that, that is huge. Now, if we get him back and you get two more, like Anthony Lucas or Jordan Birch, 1 out of 2, Justin Rogers, Gilbert Edmond, you leave with at least 2 out of 3, what I just named, plus Daryl Jackson. 9 games is not an excuse anymore. You gotta win. You gotta compete on the field. There's no more excuses. So now, not only you got Leonard Taylor, but you also got people that he could look up to, people that's on the same caliber. No, like I said, no disrespect to what is on the roster. But if you can make your team better today, NMD, you go all in now. I remember somebody said this on Twitter. Shout out to him, Uncle Silk. He said the transfer portal is not sustainable. It's not meant to be sustainable. It's meant to upgrade what you have to help you get those extra 2-3 wins. Look at TCU. That's a perfect example. Look at Duke. Even Alabama. Alabama gets 4 or 5 stars on the galore. They went to the transfer portal and got an NFL running back, which probably helped them win an extra 2 games. You never know. If the boy from Georgia Tech doesn't go to Bama, does Bama win 9-10 games? So that's what the transfer portal is for. Go all in. We don't have to wait 4, 5, 6 years. You could do it now. And I don't know. Do you feel the same way, or do you disagree on that part?
Here's my thoughts on the transfer portal is, I think you got to have a mixture.
Of course,
you got to have a mixture. Right now, when I look at, and I'm speaking from the Miami Hurricane perspective, when I look at our roster, our offensive line. Well, first of all, we were 5-7, so the whole team didn't produce. You gotta get right on the offensive line because that's the heart of the team. You got to get right there so everybody else can feel good. So, offensive line is a position that it's tough for a right tackle freshman to come in and be good right away.
Facts.
So offensive line traditionally is a position where you want to really let him develop. So I think getting offensive linemen out of the transfer portal makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
You get the players you need out of the transfer portal and you develop, but you still got to recruit at a high level. It takes both, especially when you're rebuilding. You got to get cornerstones. That's why I like a guy. When I put out my players that I wanted out of the transfer portal, something that people overlook, I want players who's going to be here 2 years.
Yeah, that's
the one and done players, the stopgap. I'm not going to turn down a Javion Cohen because I think although he has 2 years left, I think he's going to be one and done. I ideally want guys with 2 years left, but they've already played a lot.
Yes.
And so I don't think you can just sit back, and I'm going to use this, even though I'm, some people may think in the chat that I'm sounding like a hater. Florida State, they're doing great with the transfer portal, but you can't under-recruit. You can't recruit at the level that there's no reason that you should have won 10 games, win the most games in the state, you won a state championship, and then you're ranked in the 30th. That should be unacceptable to a Florida State fan. Yes, it's good that you got transfer portal players, but you still got to recruit at a high level, which is why I'm happy that we got Mario, because long as we're recruiting, we're going to be all right.
Yes. And to piggyback what you're saying, what I meant by using the transfer portal as a weapon, you got to do both. You got to recruit at the high school level and the portal. The only thing is, now with the portal, you're not asking Anas Cooper to be a superhero. You could tell him, hey, listen, sit in the weight room for 6-8 months, wait your turn, and I promise I have the background to get you right. You could fit another player in, even at the defensive line. We don't have to ask Leonard Taylor to be Superman anymore. Listen, Leonard, we're going to go get some dogs that we can put right next to you. That's what I mean by the recipe. One thing I do give Florida State, they are struggling in recruiting. Yes, they're getting their asses kicked to them, but they are making of what they have. You feel me? Is it good enough to win a national championship? Heck no. But I'm gonna be honest, it's good enough to compete against Miami and beat Miami, because that's their. Be honest, that's their goal right now. They don't have high Novell doesn't have the high expectations to win a Natty or win the ACC. You get what I'm saying? So they have to do it brick by brick. So you got to give them kudos to that. And also on the evaluation point, they're evaluating pretty well. I mean, to get two NFL DNs back to back, you got to give them credit for that.
Yep, and like I said, I do give them credit. I think they do got to recruit though. JE, I'm gonna go ahead and get Jamaica Kane in here and see what he has to say. But hey, brother, I appreciate you hitting me up, and I appreciate you coming through the channel, brother.
Thank you, NMD. You guys have a blessed one.
Hey, God bless you. Jamaica Kane, how we living? How we feeling?
What's going on, man? You know, when you on, I gotta lock in. I can't stay long, but I do want to jump in. Man, you guys are talking about them boys up there at Tallahassee, so I'm gonna chime in on that a little bit, and then I'm gonna chime in on a few other things, and I'm gonna jump because I got a couple places I gotta go.
Hey,
but yeah, listen, man. Listen. About Florida State, let's keep it all the way real. I dislike them. Don't like them.
we don't rock with them boys.
Hey, if they could lose twice in a day, I wish they can. I feel the same way about Notre Dame. I feel the same way about the Cowboys and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna keep it all the way real, keep it a buck. But let's keep it real. Right now, when you look at things, man, I'm watching that game the other day, wishing and praying they find a way to lose. Boy, them boys won. Boy, I'm pissed as hell. Boy, it's a bad day for me to watch them win again. I was trying not to watch the victory, but shit, you got to watch to see what's going to happen, right? So they won. Listen, man. Did that guy? Did he enter the transfer portal? The DN from that transfer from Albany to them. He had a hell of a year this year. Did he go to the league? Did he enter the
Jared Verse?
Yeah, did he go? Is he going to the league?
I don't know if he's announced yet.
If he goes to the league, that's a drop off for him. But man, let's keep it real. They're going to be in contention next year for be the 1 or 2 team out of the ACC, because you know the whole thing has changed as far as no more Coastal, no more Atlantic. So I'm a little nervous about that, man, because if they bring most of them guys back, man, we got it. You know, it's crazy to me, man, because the quarterback seemed like he got better after he beat us that year on that goddamn 4th and whatever that was. It's like his confidence.
Like we could have either like destroyed his soul, but when he did that, we gave him that confident boost.
And I think he took off from there, bro. I hate to say it. It seems like we do that type of shit to people all the time. Excuse my language. We help quarterbacks get. Look, I'll keep it real with you. Remember the year we played Virginia, and they had 3 quarterbacks they was using. That usually when a team is using 3 quarterbacks in the game, like we did this year, that becomes an L, right? So usually that's supposed to be an L. And I remember Virginia had 3 quarterbacks they was using. The motherfucker that actually went to the Tennessee, the other dude that was wearing 99, and another dude, and they beat us that year, man. That pissed me off. So anyway, let me not stray away. So let's just getting back to Florida State, man. They should be decent next year, bro. Like, but about the whole transfer portal thing, they could have that. We dominated that early. We became the name that made it sexy. They could live off that if they want, but they're recruiting terrible. Their shit is garbage. Not garbage, garbage, right? They're recruiting as garbage. And as long as we continue to recruit properly, I feel confident that in a couple of years, we're going to be a dominant force. Now, last year I felt like we came in, the coaches came in and they kind of neglected. Let's call them spades a spades. They neglected the linebackers a little bit, man. They you could say they didn't have enough time and all this and all that. Hey, man, that's just not a point that they didn't make that a point. They didn't make that emphasis strong enough. They didn't push for that enough for some reason, and it showed up on us, right? So
they went out and got Caleb Johnson. They addressed it.
Kid wasn't good enough. Kid wasn't good enough.
Yeah, they got here and they got who they could get. And then, you got to remember Mario was working with the recruiting class, totally took them from what 30 to still it's a top 15.
I'm not necessarily talking about the class. I'm talking about the play. And you're right. We went out and got that kid, that dude from UCLA.
Well, they made the attempt to do it, but Caleb Johnson didn't. He just didn't play too well.
lighting the fanny. It's a thing that I call HD. Every time I watched him play, he was getting hit and dragged, bro. They was making contact and they was dragging him. I'm keeping it real. He was lighting the fanny. Sometimes I forgot about who's that again? Oh
hey,
man, that's
that
right.
was getting ran through. Hey, the DN from UCLA was nice though. He ended up getting better, but
Yeah, he was solid. At
yeah,
times I used
solid.
to
He was
wonder
solid.
who he was too. Like, who's that again? Oh, that's right. That's right. I looked at us. Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But the
he was
linebacker boy is disappointed because I kept reading articles saying that, oh yeah, such and such is going to start over him, or yes, such is getting more reps. I'm like, wait a minute, he's a transfer. He's supposed to be vet material. When you vet material coming in the transfer portal, it's kind of like I'm expecting that to come from Brown from UCF. I'm not expecting to hear that this and such is going to play in front of him, especially when I heard it about Porter that's coming from West Virginia. I started hearing that this one and this one might play before he gets to touch the field. I said, oh shit, the shit ain't gonna work out. I'm a realist, man. Once I start seeing stuff like that, that means he's not picking up the system and he might not be that player this year. And I figure guys like Brown that's coming from UCF and guys that's coming in, even the defensive lineman that's coming in from what is it? Goddamn, Georgia State. I don't want to hear anything about a lot of jokers getting in front of him. You're a vet, come in and produce. That means we picked up somebody that we weren't supposed to pick up. So this year, linebacker wise, I feel like we did an excellent job. They're gonna be young. We're gonna fill some spots. I think the big time pickup for that is old boy that came from Washington State, brother. Love that pickup because he's a sideline to sideline. I'm not 100% sure can he cover. Maybe he can. Maybe I haven't seen too much on video, so I could come out and just keep it real with that. But a sideline to sideline and speed, he got it. And that's an upgrade. Anytime we get to an upgrade, it's good with me. I'm hearing rumors, man, that Gilbert on what's coming back? Is he coming back? Is that true?
Gilbert Frierson.
Ferguson, yeah, I heard that something about
He just committed to Louisville.
Oh, he's going to Louisville. Okay, because I heard rumors that something about he's going to come back. All right, man. Well, listen, man. That's it for me, man. I want someone to chime in. Happy New Year's too, bro. Happy holidays and everything.
All right, man.
I'm
It
gonna
was
listen to
good
the rest
hearing
of
from
it.
you, brother. I appreciate it.
But I'll come back in when you're doing it another time and give some more. But I got to run. But I just want to say what's up to you, though, man, and give my little thoughts on things.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So what I was doing here, I want to do this real quick and just look over some of the guys where they've gone. How do I? Let's see. Can we? Let's remove that. See if we can see where some of the top guys have gone already. Now I do. Man, what's up, Jay? How we doing, Jay? Let me say what's up to the chat. What's up, Jay? Chris, you think you got a shot at Nicholas Harbor? I do think so. He talks highly of Mario. It's going to take a great late push, and I think it's going to be up to Mario's going to have a great late push in his recruitment, and then will Mario let him play the position he wants to play? Mario needs elite talent to coach because he can't really develop. That's a lie. That's a lie. The man already got Kayvon Thibodeau, Javion Holland. Stop it. The offensive lineman, Pinay, this man catching this offensive lineman catching passes in the stop it. We gotta just stop the hate. You know what I'm saying? That's just pure hating. Miami has 0 wide receivers and quarterbacks. Kobe Young is good. And our quarterbacks will be better when our offensive line is better. Any new info on our Canes? Only new info that we talked about is Matt Lee, transfer from UCF center, is at Miami tonight. Can we close the deal on this visit? And then there's rumors that Daryl Jackson wants to come back to Miami. That is a rumor, nothing official. We'll see what happens with that. Can't blame Mario for our terrible O-line last year. I agree with that. But we got to see it improve this upcoming year. We got to see it improve this upcoming year. No one is hating. Name any skill position player that Mario has sent to the league. Javion Holland. End of story. Javion Holland. Next. Hey, appreciate you, Chris. That's 3 players. Wow, that's 3 players off the top of my head while I'm running the live stream. Stop playing. Mario, the best talent evaluator since Butch, we coming. You know, that's why we brought Mario over here for, because he talent acquisition. Talent acquisition. How we trash and we're top 5 in 2024, 11 win. I don't think Florida State's trash. But, you know, I think y'all are a little bit too, y'all getting a little bit too cocky. You know, I just saw y'all struggle against a 6-6 team who was missing half their team, and y'all talking crazy. You, like I said, you got to do it on the field. Somebody said, why is he screaming? He was excited. We excited over here, K's head. My boy JT Sports. See, that's why y'all go check out my boy JT Sports. Check his channel out. See, that's look at him, man. Look, there's another player he developed. So what's y'all's record next year? I think 8 or 9 wins. Right now, I'm saying 8 or 9 wins. Best talent evaluator. He didn't even offer Trey Benson when he got out the portal. He offered him. He offered Trey Benson. He got Trey Benson to Oregon. What are y'all talking about? The Mario hate is real. I agree. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how people get just straight up. They just hating. Herbert, the quarterback. I think some people would say he was. I guess if you're talking to a hater, they're going to say he was developed by Taggart. I guess I don't know. Will James Williams play better next year? To me, he was a liability in our secondary. Cam Williams was the first team All-American. When you look at the stats, the PFF and all that stuff, James Williams did grade out higher. I do think that he needs to wrap up better. That's what I think. I think he needs to wrap up better, but where are the Daryl Jackson rumors coming from? 247 Sports reported this. 247 Sports, the Florida State side reported this. They were the first person to report it and put it out there. Miami's making a strong push for Daryl Jackson. Daryl Jackson may want to come back to Miami. Is it official? It's definitely not official. Cam Kitchings, future first round pick. He's gotta play like he played last year. If he wants to get that first round, he's got to stay hungry, which I've had people tell me that Cam is still going hard in the offseason. Do you feel if Manny Diaz received the amount of money to recruit and hire better coaches, you think he would have had a better ceiling? I think Manny Diaz was inexperienced, and it showed. And it showed how he handled the locker room. And it's showing how some of these players that we have now, I think the next time we see Manny as a head coach, he will do better than he did at Miami, and that just comes with experience. TJ Capers is a must get. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. Okay. Linebacker TJ Capers will be committing this weekend. Where will he go? That is a big time question. Where will he go? Some people are saying Colorado could make a late push. Some people are saying the heavy favorite is Louisville. Miami's in there. We'll see. There we go. As soon as I said Louisville, Baggins says he will be committing to Louisville. That is, if you ask 30 people, 20 of them would say Louisville. My boy, hey, Canehead said TJ Capers will be a Cane. Trust. We'll know tomorrow. We'll know tomorrow. We only have 3 scholarships left, right? I'm not for sure on that number. This is a good point. You know, while we're on the subject of Florida State beat LSU and every other team won 6 games or less. You know, the teams that they did play with winning records in the middle of the season, they folded like a lawn chair. That's not me hating. That's just the truth. Florida State's 24 class looks good so far. I don't know who they got in that 24 class. I would have to look that up. Thanks, NMD. Hey, Jeff, I appreciate you, man. I know you've been rocking with your boy a long time. I appreciate you. I do want to give a special shout out to the members of the channel. Shout out to Michelle, J. Love, Miami Boy, Land Found, Cameron, Protege, and Sean Rounds both signed up today. Guys, I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Make sure your notifications on because I will be live streaming more. I will be taking more calls. It's going to be big time. It's going to be big time. Hey, I appreciate y'all, guys. I'm out. Peace.